This raccoon stinks. Hey everyone, I got a story for you today. Another dead animal story. They seem to be the bane of existence with neighbors. Just a John's real estate pro tip: if you do have a dead animal in your yard, try to get rid of it. I think that would solve a lot of issues. So, wanted to go over a few things. Got a lot of views on the first video, which I appreciate, and still lagging a little bit in the voicemails and the emails. So give me a call, 314-274-3964, or send me an email at media@deerwoodrealtystl.com. For those of you who don't know me, my name is John Schenk, and I'm the founder and managing broker of Deerwood Realty here in St. Louis, Missouri. A small brokerage, just residential and some commercial, light commercial, and we just go about things every day. So, wanted to get into the story today. Pretty excited about it, and wanted to share it with you, and just go over some of the stuff. So, the headline is Boardman Neighbor Upset by Stinky Raccoon Problem. So this is in Ohio, on the eastern side, and it's about a man that some raccoons have been causing problems with his property, and so he felt like the best way to take care of it would be to obviously trap the animals, and that's kind of where it went off the rails. So we get in the story, and a neighbor has called the press and said, hey, I've got a problem and I don't know what to do about it, and so she's quoted as saying, looking around, I noticed on the other side of the privacy fence behind me there were dead animals, raccoons. The neighbor traps them and then drags their bodies out, it seems like, and just leaves them. And so they went up to the neighbor's door, and he wouldn't speak on camera, and that's fine. He said they've done more than $10,000 worth of damage to his house and his garage, and he believes the raccoons are sick because he sees them during the day and they can be aggressive. And so now he's got angry raccoons. He's decided to trap them, and I don't think that there was any problem with that until this line came up. He said the homeowner said he usually hauls off the bodies of the animals he traps, but some were covered in ticks and feces, and he just left those. So that's kind of that. The last quote is, my major concern is that they're rotting, decaying. They could be diseased. I have a dog. We all have dogs around here, and the smell coming into my house, that's not right. So I have thoughts. Like, just a ground rule, again, dead animals should be taken care of quickly. That's pretty much what I've learned so far in our videos. My first thought on this one is I don't think that this is the neighborly thing to do. Leaving multiple dead raccoons to rot in your yard just seems wrong. And so, does anything more need to be said? I just don't think. I mean, if you're in a subdivision, okay, like under no circumstances is it going to be okay to leave dead and rotting raccoons on your yard. Like it's gonna piss somebody off. And is this the thing that you want to cause the friction between you and the neighbors? Like is this the one? The fact that you left dead animals out on your yard? I don't know. It just seems like a reasonable request, but and then I was curious as to what was the thought process here for the owner. It says I've got a terrible raccoon problem. looks like they're angry and pissed off, and they're out during the day. They might have rabies. I'm going to trap them, and then I'm just going to leave them in my yard to dry out. So I don't even know, like, if you do have angry raccoons that are attacking your home, I don't even know that this is a do-it-myself type project. It's just me. So then we get to the line that was disturbing. It says, the homeowner says he usually just hauls off the bodies of the animals he traps, but some were covered in ticks and feces, and he just left those. What a bad idea. So in the article, it talks about some of the laws in Ohio, and I thought they were kind of fascinating. I had no idea. So in Ohio, it is legal to trap a nuisance or diseased animal, but you can't release the animal anywhere else. So it's okay if it's a nuisance animal or a diseased animal. I don't know how you know if it's diseased until you catch it, or like it's confirmed. And but then the weird thing is you can't release the animal anywhere else. So what are you doing with this animal? Now you've got I guess you're going to kill it. It's just a bad situation. And then the other part of the law is it's illegal to transport any animals that can contract rabies without the permit. And I was wondering, like, what kind of permit would that be? Like a potential rabies transportation permit? I mean, can't most animals get rabies? So, and then, like, what neighbor do you know is going to, trap rabid raccoons and then go and apply for a permit to move the raccoons? Like, how does that work? And then also in the article, it says leaving the animals to rot is a sanitation violation. So here's the thing that I've been trying to get at lately is we have these laws, okay? Like, so you're not allowed to put these dead raccoons that are covered in ticks and feces. You're not allowed to leave those out on your property. That's a violation. But so what? This person still did it. So that's kind of where I'm at with the laws. It's like, these are laws. You shouldn't do this, but it doesn't seem to stop people from doing these things. And my own answer to that is, hey, like, you live in a neighborhood, have respect for your neighbors. Don't do this kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be a law. Just don't do it. And that leads me into my next question is how do you talk to your neighbor about this? And, like, how does that conversation go? So you see your neighbor out and he's, tending to his dead raccoons, and you walk up to him and you say, hey man, kind of smelly. These are terrible. Could you not do it anymore? Is that what you do? Or, how does that work? Or do you even bother? It has to be a terrible sight to see these laid out raccoons dead in the yard. How do you do it? How do you do it without making him angry or the person angry? Or, how do you get the problem solved is my question. And then finally, as I've said before, I don't know all the answers. And, we have the internet and you type stuff in and it gives you the answers. But how do you get rid of a potentially diseased dead animal? Is there a place to take them? Obviously, is that something to Google? Like, how does that go? And so those are just the questions I had. I'm curious to see what you guys think. What would you do if your neighbor was trapping raccoons that seem to have rabies in his garage? What would you do to would you just deal with it? Like, call the HOA? Would the HOA have your back on that one? Not a bench can't have a bench in the common area or in your front yard, but they may step up on this one. Also, no tree fort. HOA says no tree fort. But leaving dead raccoons out on your property, is that where it gets you? Is that what the HO will do for you? Or as you can see, the municipality, they are stepping in here. They did test one of them for rabies, so I don't know what they did with the other two. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe. We have plenty of dead animal content, and I'll catch you on the next one.